Hey there, Zesty Boys, and welcome back to the Zesty Podcast.
Do we look at the camera?
Yes, you look at the camera, Maggie. We are hosting a podcast, and we are live. And I'm Tony Shire, and this has gone awful so far.
And I'm Mitchell Gunn.
And for those of you who are listening and heard a faint woman's voice, that is because my friend from college, Margaret Catherine McGinty,
Special friend.
is my special friend. We get a tax write-off for having her on the show. Margaret McGinty is on the podcast with
There's
us.
rumors that Tony likes you.
Oh, bringing that old chestnut into it. And for those of you also not watching, we have a plate of Oreos in front of us. And stay tuned, because at the end of this podcast, we're going to do a food review, classic Zesty Boys style. We just want to tease you a little bit, though.
Yeah.
So it's coming, but you're going to have to wait.
When was the last time you had an Oreo, man?
Last time I had an Oreo? Actually, probably a really long time ago.
I haven't had an Oreo in years.
I'd say at least 3 years, 4 years. Probably before I went to college.
Wow.
Yeah, honestly. Like, I don't really like Oreos unless I, like, drown them in milk first. Like, I've never been a huge fan of Oreos.
I don't think I've ever dunked an Oreo in milk.
Really?
Being
See,
honest.
what you got to do, you can either dunk it and hold it. See, I always like the cookie to get soft. And
Oh,
so you
yeah.
can either pinch it,
Oh, yeah.
hold it in there, and freeze your hand off in the milk for, like,
How cold's your
2
milk,
minutes.
bro?
About 3 degrees.
Jesus Christ.
0 Kelvin. Nothing moves.
Do you like cookies and cream ice cream, though?
I do like cookies.
I like
and cream.
cookies
Well,
and cream
as
ice
much as I
cream.
like ice cream, which isn't really like amazing.
You ever
to me
had
a
the
lot.
shake from Chick-fil-A?
Chick-fil-A? I do like the cookies.
It's
That one makes
good.
me really thirsty, though, and I always had to get like a beverage with it, you know?
Yeah.
A beverage, little light touches on the table. I want to go like that, but I don't want it to make bump noises.
Yeah. That's chocolate. Plain chocolate's my favorite.
That's
but the
what
cookies
I
and
always get.
cream. It can tickle
See,
my
but
taste buds.
I would do this sometimes after class. Like, I would hang out with like friends at Starbucks, and I would always go to Chick-fil-A because in the student union there was a Chick-fil-A and a Starbucks, and I don't like Starbucks. But I would get like a large milkshake and spend like $5 almost on it, and then like finish it, be like, wow, I could have had like a whole meal for the price of that milkshake. That was a mistake, and I made that mistake over and over again. Always thought the same thing afterwards.
What type of whipped cream does Chick-fil-A use? Do you know?
They did whipped cream in the front, so I don't know. I didn't have to
He's
do
a
that.
back
Seen
boy.
it.
I was always in the back. I was doing the dirty work, man. I was,
extra crispy French fries.
dude. If you order extra crispy French fries, I wanna kill you.
We went to the Chick-fil-A at the Avalon on exit 10 off Highway 400 in Georgia today, and I got a lemonade because I've been off of caffeine for almost 3 weeks now.
Damn.
But I got a lemonade, and I really like going to Chick-fil-A because they have good lemonade, but this tasted, Margaret can back me up, it tasted like Minute Maid lemonade.
Really?
Like they didn't fresh squeeze their lemons like they do at most stores.
If they're following Chick-fil-A protocol, it would have been freshly squeezed
Well,
lemons.
I
It
doubt
really
it did
didn't.
not, unless like their lemon squeezer
Maybe they were
was
just
down or
desperate, man.
something.
Yeah, they were just
It,
like,
it
fuck.
was busy. It was
Run to
lunchtime.
Kroger.
It really bothered
Get
me
us a
because I don't
gallon.
really like Minute Maid lemonade that
They
much.
had a church bus roll through. Everyone got a large
Exactly.
lemonade.
Like,
Had to
God
run to
damn,
the
damn
fucking
Christians.
Publix down the street. Dude, that always happened. Church buses would come through, dude.
It's
Oh my gosh.
because it's
Yeah.
the most religious of the fast food establishments.
Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty much like going to church.
I mean, that's why I stopped going. So I'm like, well, I'm going to Chick-fil-A. It's basically the same
Get
thing.
down my hands and knees and pray. It's like that scene from Game of Thrones where it's like Jon Snow
where
draws
Jon
his
Snow
sword and like all these people like running at him.
Yeah.
Battle of the Bastards, I think it was. And that's what the church bus was to me. In that scenario, I'm Jon Snow.
Oh, you're
or the
Jon
entirety
Snow.
of Chick-fil-A is Jon
And
Snow.
I'm Ghost because I'm not there at all.
Yeah,
But
or
then,
Rickon,
like,
and you just fucking die for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking Rickon, he deserved to die.
He did.
I feel like we've talked about
Yeah,
this
we
many
did.
times. It still bothers me.
I can't get over it.
Margaret, what's your favorite TV show?
Well, I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
No, I'm asking you what your favorite TV show.
well, I'm just saying.
Yes,
That's why I
we
had
know.
no input.
That's why I didn't ask you about Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
Well, I like a lot of reality TV.
Like
Ooh.
Bravo.
Yes.
Bravo? That's a good channel.
What's your favorite reality TV show right now?
Well, I mean, Southern Charm,
Southern
but it just
Charm.
ended.
Oh, what are you
So-
gonna
Was it a
do?
dramatic finale?
No, it was just kind of annoying.
Who's your favorite Southern Charmer? Is that what they're called?
None of them.
You
That's
don't,
why
you
I
don't
like
like
them.
any. You like 'em-
Yeah.
You like this show because you hate them all.
Was
Yeah.
there a hot country boy on that one?
Oh,
They all think they're not. They don't want to be called that. They're country. That's why
they're low country. They're like
This
Charleston.
is, I watched a
now.
Charleston one, but there's a Savannah one too.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know what they're like. Oh, and there's a New Orleans one.
They're all like
New
35-year-old people who live off their like parents' money and just
Yeah.
are kind of like rich kids, like
I think I've
pretending
seen.
they're still
I
in
think my mom
college.
watches that actually. I know I've seen at least
Most
something.
moms watch Bravo.
Yeah, my sister watches that, and her friends all watch Southern Charm. I don't know. Maggie made me watch it
It
once.
has little substance.
It has little substance.
Hey, that's what you're watching TV. You know, I'm not really looking to.
But Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
now
what-
that's a full meal.
Yeah, it was.
I went on a 3-month fast because I just watched Game of Thrones, and that was enough enough substance to make me survive for 3 months.
Yeah, it sounds like you're having like a withdrawal now,
I am,
dude. You're.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Didn't you watch it all in 2 weeks?
I watched it all in like probably not 2 weeks.
It was.
It was very,
a
very
record
fast.
speed
Mine
of
too.
time.
Because
Yeah.
I started probably late March and I finished. I like started completely and I
Mm,
caught up by the second new episode
Nice.
of the last season. So that was like probably a little more than a month, I'd say, a month and a half,
That's
which
what
is
I
still a lot. Like not
Yeah.
that much
'Cause,
time
I mean,
for
it's
Game
what,
of Thrones.
What, like, so you watched up to season 7, and then.
Yeah, and I watched the
Oh.
first episode of season 8. So
So,
that's
yeah,
at
that's
least eight.
That's like
70
almost 100,
hours.
Yeah.
70 hours
Yeah,
of TV.
not 100 hours. That just doesn't add up. There's
Yeah.
not 10 seasons.
That's a lot. So, yeah, it was a lot. It was probably less than a month actually, if
Mhm.
I'm thinking about it now.
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Like 2003 or something.
No, I mean like when did the new season, did it come out in April? Like
Oh,
mid-April?
the new season. Yeah, it came out in April.
Okay, yeah, I definitely did it in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, same here, man. That's what you got to do
That's what
nowadays.
you gotta do. See, it's so much more enjoyable. I did that with Westworld too.
Yeah.
Season 1's much better than season 2 in my opinion. I'm kind of slowing down on season 2.
Oh, really?
Kind of the same way that it happened with me with Twin Peaks.
Oh, the old Twin Peaks.
Old Twin Peaks,
Did you like the one scene where like the midget's talking
Yeah.
and they're talking about like a dream and they're like he's talking backwards or some shit?
Is that the only scene you've seen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, that happens a few times.
And
There's a lot of weird.
Yeah, the
dreams.
first season's very, very good though. I would recommend
Really?
it. Even though it was like made in like the 70s or the 80s, like it holds
Yeah.
up. David Lynch is a good man.
Ooh, I know that guy. He directed Red Velvet or something like that.
Something like that.
Something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
There was a lot of good cliff endings in all of them, though.
Cliff
Even when we
endings or
slowed.
cliffhangers.
Yeah, cliffhangers.
They just build the cliff and then you're fine.
No, because even when we dropped off of it, I still remember it was like a cliffhanger, but we just didn't have the energy
Didn't
to.
care.
Yeah, it was weird. The season 1 had like 10 episodes and it was all like an hour long. Season 2 had like 28 episodes and we
Goddamn.
got like to like the 6th one and then like they wrapped up all
That's
the
just too
storylines. and
much,
we're like,
man.
"Alright."
Have you seen like Young and the you know how long Young and the Restless has been on TV? That's soap
The
opera.
soap opera? No, I
It's
don't
been
know.
on for like 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
They pump those out like crazy
Oh,
fast too.
yeah.
Like the lines that the actors say are like usually not exactly what they're
Yeah.
supposed to because they have them going on like teleprompters the whole
Yeah.
time and they're just like if the line's like I loved you, it's like they could say like I am very fond of you and they're like all right, keep it rolling. We gotta pump 6
We
more of
gotta-
these out.
We got to get 7 by the end of the
And
week.
they always look so weird because they're like so flat lighted.
Yeah.
I don't know, lit.
There's a certain way those look.
Yeah, it's because like they light the entire set and then they just
Mhm.
do a bunch of stuff on it. They don't like light each scene like they do with normal
Yeah.
TV shows. So it's basically like watching a stage show
Yeah.
on TV.
I wonder how many like storylines they've just reused over the years.
I'm sure a bunch, but I can't imagine being someone who enjoys a soap opera. Like you
Or
just have,
someone who binges it.
yeah,
s-
yeah.
stories.
I wonder how long that would
Binge
take to
the
binge
30
Young and
years.
the Restless. Could do it in 3 weeks.
That would probably take you like a solid year.
It's like an episode a day almost
Yeah.
too for like the
Who
Young and the
knows how
Restless probably had like an episode a day. I think
I'm
for the
curious.
past
That's
30
why we
years.
need Tommy. I want to know how many episodes there have been
Yeah.
of Young and the Restless.
Oh, Tommy's back at college. How's being back at college, Mitchell, for your
Yeah,
last
not,
semester?
Not too bad,
in
man.
theory.
You know,
On
yeah, in theory,
paper.
on paper right now. It's been good so far. I only have to take 3 classes that
Really?
I need. I'm taking 4 just to be a full-time student to get
Yeah.
those student tickets
Oh yeah.
and just sell the fuck out of them. You
How
know?
about them dogs?
Yeah, I got the Notre Dame game, dude. I could sell
Mhm.
that thing for like $500.
You see the Clemson game?
Oh, yeah, Georgia Tech got ran on. They
Did
got
they?
taken to lunch.
Went to Taco Mac and left before the first quarter ended.
They were still getting.
Yeah, they were still
Yeah,
getting.
they got
getting fucked.
Yeah,
You know.
but yeah.
So Maggie, you're also back at college.
I'm not back at college.
What school do you go to?
I am in a professional program.
At Auburn University.
Yes.
The
Why are
University
you
of Auburn, or
whispering
is it
into the
Auburn
mic?
University?
Because I
AU.
don't like to hear myself.
I love hearing myself.
I love hearing all of ourselves.
Yeah.
Maggie, you got to be confident. That's the goal of this podcast, is to get little Maggie out of her shell.
Little Maggie.
Little Mag. You can tell, if you're watching the video, you can tell how uncomfortable she is just by the way she looks. We'll do a crash zoom in on her.
It's really okay.
So Maggie, tell us your favorite part about being back in a university.
I never really left a university though, because I worked at a university.
What's the biggest difference between Auburn and Georgia?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know. Georgia is much more spread out, and Auburn
Fuck
is
yeah,
very,
go Dogs, baby. Let's go,
Auburn's
Bulldogs.
very in one stretch.
Clap away from the mic.
That's the biggest difference.
I didn't listen to a single thing she just
I've
said.
I went to Auburn.
I was clapping. Oh, lover spat.
I'll be Dr. Love for this episode.
Let me
So
bring up
Maggie,
some
what's
old
one
shit.
thing you hate about Tony?
Yeah, what is one thing
Why
you
are we
hate
sitting
about
next
me?
to each other? You should be in the middle.
Oh, why? Oh, I don't know where I was going with that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I had an epiphany, kind of like died out.
I think you wanted to be the host, but forgot that.
I did.
you
I did
were
want to
in-
be the
yeah.
host. I like being hosts of things.
You're always on the left side, and that's what you're the.
Left
You're the
side.
That's your
unconfident
comfort.
one here, dude. You're the
Yeah.
unconfident one
You
on
don't
the
want to
left
be straight
side.
on, yeah.
I can't get over the one episode you're by yourself and you're still on the left side of the table.
It's because that's what I know. You gotta throw what
Hey,
you know, baby.
No, yeah, the continuity I think is what people come back
Exactly.
for.
See, they just like imagine that you're there. Because if I was over there, they'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he's by himself." But if I'm on the left side, they're like, "Well, I'll just
Yeah.
look over to the
Like,
left."
maybe he's just not talking a
Mitchell's
lot.
probably over there if
Yeah.
I'm just looking to the left.
Yeah, maybe everything's okay.
But Mitchell hasn't been here.
Yeah.
Mitchell hasn't been here for a while.
Did you get tickets to the Auburn game?
Yeah, is it home game this year? If it's a
It's-
home game.
no.
No, it's not. Then no. I
No,
didn't.
okay. Oh, wait. Notre Dame. Oh, right, because Notre
Yeah.
Dame was away last year.
Notre Dame.
No, how do you say it?
Notre Dame.
Notre.
Mortar.
Mortar.
Mortar Dame.
Mordor Dame.
I went to speech therapy. You know, it's a sore subject.
I also went to speech therapy
I did too.
for my R's.
Me
Looks
too.
like you can't victim shame
Yeah.
yourself.
I went there when I was a kid. I would say like goal instead of girl,
Oh,
Goal.
yeah, I
And
would say
then-
wed.
and I would say Wayne,
Wayne for
rain. Yeah, and then I was.
You gotta bend that tongue in the back.
Yeah.
I just had a lot of fundamental issues.
Mm-hmm.
My mom brought me there because I just wasn't talking to her.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think you had a
Maggie was
touch of the tism?
angsty.
Touch
She's got a slap in the face of the tism.
I think we all
That is
got a little
incorrect
bit of tism.
according to the DSM.
Yeah, she's in school for counselors right now, which is the official term. And
Yeah.
so she's reading all this book, and apparently the word retarded's bad to say to kids.
I think everyone knows that.
You can't just call a kid retarded. What day and age
I
is
can't
this?
reach these kids.
When I was a custodian, I'd call kids retarded all the time.
They're like, shut up, old man.
Shut up, you're retarded. No.
Yeah.
So what is the preferred word instead of retarded?
What is your definition of
Like, you got dumb brain.
no?
You got a
I
slap
don't
with a
know.
dumb brain.
I went to counselor school in the 40s.
You had to deal with any kids with a touch of the tism? Yeah.
A little touch or more.
Just a hint of the tism. A splash of the tism, if you will.
That's the tism.
Like you can kind of hear it when they walk past, you know. I don't want to lose your job on this one.
Yeah, I know. I'm in such a tough place.
So quiet and
you-
then just shrieks into the microphone.
I know you have one of
There's
those.
no happy medium.
Do you have to sign one of those like non-disclosure agreements about like what you talk
Oh,
about?
if
With
you-
Oh,
I
she
mean-
talks about her kids all the time
What?
to me.
I haven't, camera. I haven't met any kids yet.
No, this was back when she was a student teacher.
Oh, I mean,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
All
So
teachers talk about their kids.
you heard it here first. All teachers talk about their
They
kids.
do.
At least that's what Maggie thinks, and that's how
we
she
just try to get
justifies it.
people on here with a job, and we try to get them to not have that
Yeah.
job
Exactly.
anymore.
Jared's unemployed from that gay stunt we
Yeah.
did. We pulled.
That was a fiasco.
It was a fiasco and a half.
Yeah.
It was a fun fiasco.
Yeah. But Maggie, what's one thing you hate about Tony?
Yeah, what's one thing?
That he's good at everything.
Oh,
wow.
that's like when you answer in an interview, like, what's your weakness? It's like,
Oh, I don't mean it in an endearing way.
Oh.
Like, it's very frustrating.
How so?
You know how we've had this discussion.
I don't listen to you.
Because anything that you do, you all instead of starting at beginner level, you start at amateur level.
Oh.
and he stays there.
Yep. Still in amateur porn after all these years.
You know.
Been doing it since I was 6. But that's probably something I should tell the police.
Damn.
Damn.
And Tony, what's one thing you hate about Maggie?
Can I group it all into like a lot of things into one?
You can, yeah.
Her.
Oh, God.
Mitchell,
Damn.
what's one thing you hate about Maggie?
What is one thing I hate about Maggie? I hate the name Margaret.
Oh, thank you. I don't like it either.
Yeah, there we go.
So I noticed that you have a cactus in your.
Dude, I've
in your
worn this shirt
pocket.
like legitimately probably 9 times this week. More times
It's
than
a
there are
very nice
days.
shirt. That's like a shirt that you can wear out.
I wore this out
Yeah,
the other day.
like it's a nice shirt,
Yeah.
but you can wear it casually
and
too.
I've worn it. What am I doing right now?
I just remember
wearing
that
it
I'm still
cash.
wearing the shirt that has a salsa stain on it that I was gonna take off before shooting this episode. We went to a Mexican restaurant before this.
Nice local.
A nice local
one?
joint. I don't even remember what it was called.
Frontera. It's not local.
It was in
Oh.
Lawrenceville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We like to venture out. We're kind of daring.
Yeah, daring. What'd you get there? A quesadilla,
I got
a cheese quesadilla.
shredded. That's what she got. And I got shredded chicken nachos, and they tasted identical to every other Mexican restaurant I've ever
Dude,
been to.
that's why you like.
Except they
Mexican
skimped
restaurants.
me on the cheese. One thing I really didn't like about. I will not be returning. They skimped me on the cheese.
You gave me a
and
lot of cheese.
They put all my cheese
On
from
mine.
my nachos,
Yeah.
which is
That's
three
a dry
ingredients.
food.
It's chips, cheese, and
And-
whatever you get on
yeah.
top. And I had chips, whatever I got on top, and like half the cheese.
Oh no.
That was half the lactose that I was supposed to be getting.
Damn, bro. Lactose fucks me up.
I don't know why I just thought about this. Oh, continue if you want to talk about your gross body.
Oh yeah. I mean, should I bring it up now or
you
later?
should bring it up now. I'll remember my thing.
Well, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, I recently had to undergo a procedure.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, that is
She
commonly
keeps, she
referred.
keeps asking me about it. I'm like, I'm not snitching on my homie.
It's commonly referred to as a colonoscopy.
And I botched the first attempt.
Yeah, which is why I had to go
The
in for
camera, the camera you're supposed to use, really long, narrow. I tried using a GoPro on a selfie stick. It did not go well.
No matter how much lube you put on that thing,
That
it won't go
warranty
in
is
there.
voided.
Yeah, they are not taking it back.
I hashtagged GoPro when I
Yeah.
posted on Instagram. They did not repost
That
it.
screen is permanently fogged up.
I was not the featured GoPro image of the day.
What if you were? Just my rectum right there on. Anyways, I had a broken dumpster, as I like to call it.
Bad
and,
pooper.
had to go on a clear liquid diet the day before,
Mm-hmm.
which was by far the worst part. And then I had to drink a strong laxative to clear
Clear
me
liquid
out.
meaning specifically water only.
No, I was allowed to have like anything that wasn't red or purple that was liquid, because red or purple makes it look like there's blood or something in there. And so I had like a Jolly Rancher. You could have Jolly Ranchers like hard candy.
You
if-
can or can't?
You can.
Okay.
I was like, and
That's
that
what-
and
that's what
popsicles.
That's what you ate for dinner.
Yeah, I had a
Jolly
popsicle
Ranchers
and a
and a popsicle.
popsicle, and I ate ice and shit. It was horrible, and then I was just absolutely shitting my brains out for.
It's the new diet craze.
Yeah.
The colonoscopy.
Yeah, dude, I lost like 5 pounds.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Jesus, wow.
just shit all my weight out. And then I'd wake up at 5 a.m. and I had to do it all again.
Do it all again.
Drink the laxative again, and just.
Even after it?
No, it was like I had to do it the day before. Then I had to wake up the day of the surgery, which is like.
I thought you meant after
10.
the surgery.
No,
Gotcha.
yeah, they just
Wait,
made me do it
Is
again.
it considered a surgery?
I mean, they put me under, and then they
Is-
shoved
is-
something up my
is
ass
that like- is
as
that
far
what-
as they could.
Is that what determines whether it's a surgery or not? Is if you go
I
under?
don't think so. I don't think it was a surgery. I think it's called a procedure or
Ah,
something.
Okay. What qualifies something as a surgery?
Probably like
You need a
like
surgery?
incisions. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
Maybe it's some type of cause like a wisdom teeth thing is like a surgery. They
Yeah.
rip you open a little
They
bit.
rip you open.
They rip you open.
They rip you
Invasive.
right open.
Invasive.
Invasive.
Yeah, like that's a good word.
But if you got like a mole removed with a scapula.
Maybe just like it's kind
Spatula.
of just case by case thing. You just gotta
Yeah.
think about it. I would probably call that like a procedure.
procedure.
But you're also taking off like probably something with cancer.
Yeah, or just something the
Yeah.
dermatologist doesn't
I
know
got
what
a
he's talking
mole
about.
ripped off my back from the dermatologist.
How big was he?
It was about
So
big.
it was just a baby mole.
Just a baby mole.
Did you find
What do you
them-
mean a
did-
baby?
did
That's
you-
pretty big
did-
for a
did
mole.
you find them? Was it a star-nosed mole?
It was just flat.
See, I'm pretending that it's a mole, the animal. And I was hoping you'd pick up on that. But this was a bit,
So weak
a
joke.
lost bit. It was a weak joke.
Maybe you try again next time. Next time we talk about moles, just keep bringing it up every time we have a podcast.
I'm gonna take off this watch as a way to remind me of a video idea I just had. Just in case you're wondering why I took my watch off.
It's a good idea. Is that how you're remembering stuff? Good lord,
You like
look
that
at that
sweet
tan
watch
line.
tan?
Let's
Yeah.
get a crash zoom on that.
It's not gonna happen because that would involve me watching this podcast.
Jesus
But
Christ.
I can assure you that there is a deep tan line because I've had a watch probably since I was in 9th grade.
If that's your arm tan line, I don't even want to know what your tan line is under
Oh,
the covers.
Under
You know
the
what
cover,
I mean?
it's not as good on the front, but on the back, because I was power washing all summer. It's like goes from like brown to white. It's just beautiful. It is crisp. I'm like a copper tone baby. But
Have you seen that advertisement of like it's like a little girl getting like a dog's like ripping out of like her
No, I haven't.
underwear,
That's why I
and it
just
shows her
referenced
ass,
it.
and it's like a little kid.
It's exactly what I just referenced. That's the
Yeah.
copper tone baby.
I wanted to bring
Oh,
attention.
did you ever see that?
Did you ever see that? What you just talked about? Did you ever see it?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, but the results weren't good.
No, you got Crohn's.
I got cancer.
Oh, what kind?
I got bad ass cancer.
And see, this is now you're just sending it out in the universe, and they're gonna be like, Mitchell, you have ass cancer.
No, they said she specifically said I didn't see any cancer, but it could be a mild form of Crohn's disease,
Oh.
which would not be good.
It would not. You gonna get your intestine removed?
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
Get it all?
Yeah, just
Get
go ahead
out.
and get it all
Just
out of there.
straight
And then have
pipe
a
it.
bag.
Is it? Kind
I'm
is it,
not gonna do that.
is it kind of like with cars where if you take the muffler off and straight pipe it, it's just really loud, but it makes you look badass?
And a bunch of like smoke flies
Yeah.
out of it.
If you
Yeah.
just straight pipe your intestines right out your asshole, does it just go? Again?
Yeah, essentially that's what's gonna.
Nice little audio peak for the viewer.
Yeah. Let's get a slow-mo replay of you leaning over going.
The thing I was gonna talk about is
Oh,
I was-
wait. Can I? Wait.
No,
yes,
yeah.
you may speak.
Did I tell you? Were you with?
You got a colonoscopy too?
No,
Yep.
it's
Oh.
about intestines. If you rub sugar, were you with
On my
me?
intestines?
Yes, and if you're pregnant and you have a bag, if you rub sugar on the hole.
You had to set up the scene more. No one knows your
Wait,
thoughts.
if I have a colostomy
the only
bag?
Yeah. So like yes.
the only
right,
reason
yes,
I
if
understand
you-
what you're talking about is you've told me before.
Well, I didn't want to share the whole story. I
share
didn't
the
know if he
whole
was
story.
there.
It's a podcast.
Well-
That's what this is for.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, your voice getting
Yeah.
shaky.
I'm gonna start to cry.
No,
That's the
you're
goal.
doing great.
I don't know what I was.
Colostomy bag, sugar, pregnant. That's what I heard.
Yes. So when you're pregnant, it pushes.
Yeah.
And so I worked with this like lady who had
What's
a
her
bag.
first and last name?
No, I don't think she wants that. But anyway, like sometimes her intestines would pop out of her, and
Ooh.
to make it calm down, you're supposed to rub sugar. Like,
Really?
Where it
Rub
comes
some
out.
sugar
Yeah.
on it. That's
Yep.
what the doctor said.
Bill Cosby was the talk.
The
Why do you rub some sugar?
You gotta put some sugar on there.
Is that where the sugar
is
shack
that-
thing's from?
The what?
The sugar shack thing
The what?
that you were talking about.
Moving on.
The what?
Speaking of sugar, I was looking at the gummy vitamins today because I was
Yeah?
at Margaret's house and she had some new gummy vitamins and they're quite tasty. And I was like, why can't I eat more than 2 of these? Why is that something they always tell you? You only gotta eat 2.
You'll
Don't eat more than
you'll
2.
just piss out the vitamins.
No, see, that's what they say. That's how vitamin C works. That's water soluble. I looked it up. It's because fat soluble vitamins like iron, vitamin A, and I think niacin, something like that. Those are fat soluble. So if you eat 5 gummy vitamins, you get like super nauseous and like and you can like go in a coma and shit because like it's just really bad levels of things to have in your body. And they make things that taste like candy also poison. And it is crazy because gummy vitamins are not healthy for you. They have like 7 grams of sugar
Really?
in them. Yeah. Like it's
guess
just
at least
candy
you're
that
getting-
also has vitamins.
At
It's
least
not
you're
just a
getting-
healthy
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
Like, I mean, it's better than just eating
Nothing,
candy.
yeah.
But you only eat 2. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you could go in a coma.
You see, because like they gotta make it like taste good.
Mm.
Yeah, 'cause
For kids and,
'cause
and for
if
me.
they
I'm
don't-
not going to eat
yeah,
Flintstones
I
vitamins.
I
Those
went
are
and-
disgusting.
I ordered some. It's called like rainbow vitamins off the internet. They're supposed to be like the best vitamins for you. And I opened up the bottle, and it just smelled like cat piss.
Really?
Yeah,
That's like
my pee would be bright.
you ever
yellow.
have Vitaballs, the gumball vitamins?
Oh Oh.
They were
I know.
delicious. They had
Yeah, I
flavor
liked
for about
those.
1 second, but they were delicious.
It's like in the lab when they discover a new element that only lasts like 3
Yeah,
seconds.
it has a half-life of 5
We gotta
nanoseconds.
We gotta find that
Get
flavor.
the butterfly net. And then just netting up all these ions.
We got it.
Maybe that's how they like discover new things. They just set 2 lasers up and explode
Yeah.
something, and then just like catch it with nets. And like, "Guy, this one's
Damn it,
red."
Barry, be ready.
Really fine holes in the nets, so that
Yeah.
only the atoms get caught.
Man, that's interesting.
Was the guy who invented atoms named Adam?
Yes.
Is that a fact?
What a weird way to spell atom too.
Atom.
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 Maybe it was just a Tom.
It was a Tom.
It was just a
A
Tom.
Tom figured it out.
Yeah.
Who figured that out?
I think it was
a Tom.
a Tom.
Oh, maybe it was like, who figured out that? I was like, Tom. A Tom. Adam. That's what we call it in his honor. It's like, no, his name's Tom. No, it's fine.
I mean,
They
yeah.
both sound exactly the same too, and say
Yeah.
no before saying things like I do.
Nice.
Have
Have you heard about this hurricane that's coming in, man?
Dorian?
Yeah.
No.
Oh shit. That's just like how I
That's
asked
just
if
my
you kn-
my one guess
Yeah.
of name. Was it right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
My
Alright,
cousins
cool.
are having to come up from Jacksonville,
Yeah.
so they don't die.
My
My
friend-
brother just texted me that he actually is coming. He's in Orlando.
Oh
And-
jeez.
And my sister's coming from Tampa.
Florida family. You
Yeah.
know.
Oh, you were Tony. You were a Florida family
I
for a
was
little
I was
while.
a Florida boy.
Is that where y'all met? Was it
Yeah,
in Florida?
We met in Florida.
Did you go to
Cape
the same?
Coral.
Set up on Ocean FM.
We went to
Wow.
2 different elementary schools, but the way elementary schools worked in Florida is like there'd be like 6 on one block. Like I'm not even lying about this. And you could pick. You could just.
You're lying about this.
You could pick whatever school you wanted to go to as long as it was in the county, and they would get
Yeah,
transportation.
we have talked
for you.
about
Yeah.
this
Have
before.
Have we? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
One
On the
of the, one of
podcast.
the, one of the first
Jesus.
ones.
Well, yeah, me and Maggie went to next door schools, and I got on the wrong bus once and sat next to her,
Damn.
and then she pissed
That's
her pants
beautiful.
like she still does, and I said never talk to me, and then I
God.
moved to Georgia, and
And I found-
unfortunately she
Just found her.
also.
We did move to Georgia around the same time.
I know it was
Wow.
like coincidence.
Yeah.
They used to call her Maggie Pee Pants.
Really?
They still do.
Yeah.
When was the last time you pissed your pants, Maggie?
Are you gonna give the real answer? Or are you gonna lie? I'll tell the viewers after she answers.
I don't know. That's a good question.
Lie.
When's
was
the last
last
time
night.
when you both?
Me.
Together? Probably a few weeks ago.
Yeah, my last
on
time I
my
pissed my
own.
pants. It was I don't even want to say it 'cause the friend who listens to this podcast.
Go- say it.
It was at someone's house and I was drunk. And
Oh.
Tommy pissed his pants on our next door neighbor Zach's floor.
really?
Yeah, we were at a sleepover, and it was me and Tommy sleeping downstairs. I think Zach was sleeping upstairs in his room.
Wow.
And then Tommy woke me up, and he was just covered in piss. So I had to walk him home.
Just crying.
Was this summer?
And
Snot
it was
going
the
on.
summer. Yeah, he got really nervous.
Damn, dude, that's one of the worst feelings ever. When-
We'll just let this pause go on. Last time I pissed my pants. Well, last time I thought I pissed my pants, I woke up in bed and I was like, "Oh shit, I pissed my pants," and that was just puke because I threw up on myself.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
dude.
it was like the last time I like actually blacked out, and it was
Yeah.
just a horrible next day. Like I was still wearing my shoes and like all my clothes, and just like my bed had like
Wearing
black vomit in
jeans.
it. Yeah.
Wasn't that though? You thought you were going to the bathroom, like you thought you were in the bathroom, but you were going into the trash can.
No, that actually, well, that's not pissing myself. That's
No, I
pissing my
know.
desk chair.
But
And that was I got
okay, it was
very
your
drunk.
desk
This
chair.
was I think last year, and
That's
I got
essentially
up.
pissing yourself,
I
man.
probably was close to. I was browned out that night, and like got up.
I mean, you what? Shit
I
your
shit-
pants?
No, like I almost blacked out.
Oh.
But like I was like super drunk and asleep, and I woke up, and I guess I was dreaming that I was like at a urinal, and I woke up in the morning, and there was just like piss all over my desk chair and one napkin just soaked in piss. Because I guess I tried to clean it up, like I realized I'm like, oh no,
Oh my
and
god.
then I sanitized everything.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was exciting.
Damn.
And like right after I moved into that house, this was like probably the first party we had in that house. I drank a lot of punch and threw up right on the floor.
Threw up all
all bunch of red
red.
punch right on the floor, and
Yeah.
I was like, God
when
damn it.
when I was a kid. I had red Gatorade and a bunch of cookie dough
Mm.
at one
Just
go,
a miserable experience.
and I threw up like it looked like it was Jello almost.
Oh.
And my mom thought I was dying.
You probably
Yeah.
were. Zach
I was
told me.
pretty
I'm
close.
just gonna keep talking about Zach on this podcast.
Zach
he
Thomas.
listen?
Yeah,
Shout out
he-
Zach
yeah, I think
Thomas.
he listens. Shout out Zach Thomas. He was telling me, I think this was his freshman year. He was in downtown Athens, and he was drinking like a bunch of punch too, and then just got sick and just like downtown just started violently throwing up in the street, and people thought he was puking blood because it was all
Get this cat somehow. Yeah.
Oh, downtown Athens. He was probably going to Bourbon.
Yeah.
No, he's going to what's it called?
Were you there?
Well, you guys always go to church.
You guys. Yeah.
I'm a Christian boy. What
all
can
my
I
Athens
say?
friends all go to Church Bar, which is a vibrantly gay bar.
I've never had a good time there. If
It's a
I'm being
lie.
honest.
I've seen you happy as a clam in the Church Bar. You never have a smile as big as when you're in Church Bar, Mitchell.
If there just wasn't so many people, it'd be much more enjoyable.
So many gays?
So
Is
many,
that what you're trying to say?
so many people.
No,
What
my
kind of
cousin's
people?
gay.
So many of them.
You know how
So many of-
crowded it is.
If there weren't so many of those. She's like, can we go to Chick-fil-A, please? Every time we go to Church Bar. Like, she's
it's
like,
very
I need a
crowded
detox.
in there. Very crowded.
God, Maggie.
My pants got unbuttoned in there.
Yeah. Tell the story.
That's about
My
it.
pants got unbuttoned in
It was
there.
very crowded,
Oh,
and
man, I hit the mic. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're
Podcast is
forgiven.
fucking
The
ruined.
podcast is ruined. This is already a shit show. But we were in Church Bar, and it was very crowded, and this girl walked by Maggie and with one hand seamlessly unbuttoned her pants
It
in like
was-
in a half a second.
It was
Tony
like
wishes
magical.
he had those
An
abilities.
aggressive lesbian.
Yeah. They were also high-waisted pants. Like those were sealed. They were tight.
Yeah.
They had a clothespin on them.
Yeah.
They were
A
glued.
belt and
It was
suspenders.
Rubber
It
cement.
was impressive.
That
But-
same night, there were two Spanish men like in the booth behind us, and they were like kind of grinding up on each other and like making out and stuff. Then I heard them talking like la 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 cocaína,
No.
and then they went to the bathroom.
Oh, cocaine.
What you think?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were
Cock.
singing.
Cock.
Cock.
No, I've seen people
El
like,
cock.
have probably as close to having sex in a bar as you can have without having sex in a bar in that bar.
Well, let me tell you something. We went.
Tell me
We
something,
went
Richard.
downtown in Atlanta the other day,
Mhm.
and we went to a bar called My Sister's Room. All right, you
Oh.
walk into the top. There's a cover charge, $10, and we were like, for this shit, there was no one
For
up.
this
There was
shit.
no one up there.
No way.
But you go to the back. You
Ooh,
go
backroom
downstairs.
access.
Immediately, there's like black lights everywhere and neon
Mm.
shit going on. You can see every
Stains.
liquid that ever graced the presence of
Do you-
that
whenever
bar.
there's a black light, do you ever check your pants, make sure you don't
Yeah,
have a
every
stain
time,
guy?
every time.
I like
and I
pointing out when
always
other
have
people
something.
have stains.
I always have one stain.
One stain.
And dude, it was down there was what Church Bar wishes it was.
Ooh,
Yeah, a bunch of furiously gay people down there.
furiously gay, angry.
They had like they're having a
God.
drag show when we walked down there.
Mhm.
Not even just a drag show. People just got up there and were
A
just
drag
doing
race.
weird. Yeah.
Two huge motor cars.
Fucking parachute came out of the back of the car. It was massive down like underground
2-mile track.
location. But yeah, it was it felt like what Church Bar would like the people who go there wanted it to be or wanted to be doing.
See, I wouldn't mind Church Bar in Athens if it was bigger. It's just so small. I know you just said that, but you went. If it was bigger, it would be
I said it's crowded.
It's crowded.
It's crowded.
You gotta speak into the microphone.
The microphone's right here.
You gotta talk louder.
Maggie, what's one thing you love about Tony?
Because you know if I raise the microphone volume, you're gonna go like immediately after.
No, I'm not. That sounded like the white chicks laugh.
All right, I raised your microphone.
I don't think you should.
Oh my God.
See, look, you're screaming again. It's like we knew it was gonna happen.
I don't know why you did it.
We're having a lover spat.
Dr. Love.
Dr.
Everybody
Love.
sit back, relax.
Wait, the cactus doesn't go all the way into your pocket?
God damn it. You weren't supposed to know that. Why'd you have to say that in the microphone, dude? Now, they can't tell.
No, they can tell.
But
Everyone can tell.
I have a request, actually.
All right,
We
what's
might
your
have to cut the
request?
camera to get to it. But
Okay.
I think someone might have sent a question in
Oh.
to the Gmail.
Is it Gmail?
Yeah.
Might
When was the
Let's
last
see.
time you checked it?
Yeah.
a while ago.
But everybody, welcome to the Dr. Love Power Hour. We're joined today by Tony Shire and Maggie McGinty. And they're having a real lovers spat.
Real lover spat.
There's allegations that Tony Shire
Ooh,
has
we do
struck
we
Maggie.
do have a
What?
question. This podcast question comes to us from Josh Lucas.
Josh Lucas.
Josh Lucas.
Shout out to Josh
Shout out
Lucas,
to Josh
long-time
Lucas.
listener,
Ma-
first-time question asker.
Yes. Hi, yes. This question is for both Mitchell and Anthony. So, Maggie, butt out.
Do you want me to read it to you
No.
guys? Okay.
I'm pretty good at
Because
it.
it'll be like, given the Given the current circumstances regarding our country, do you think Tiger Woods deserves to have his reputation marked as clean despite his past actions? Why or why not? Thanks again, boys. Love the show. Well, thank you, Josh. We love you.
We love you too. You know, I'll take the lead on this one.
Take the lead.
You know, I don't think anything Tiger Woods has done in his life was actually wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he's a stand-up human being, and all he wants to do is swing a golf club.
Exactly.
And where did we go wrong in this country?
Let the big dog eat. That's
Let
all
the
I'm
big
saying.
dog eat. Let the man swing the club.
He's got simple principles. Black pants, red shirt. He'll mix it up, some stripes. Sometimes he'll put on a green blazer when he needs to, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But Tiger Woods has not done a single thing wrong.
Yeah.
He took sleep medication because he had insomnia.
Yeah,
and he had to drive.
He
probably had an emergency.
He had to go get gas. He had to go get more sleep medicine. He was probably just
tune up his
not
clubs.
sleepy
He has
enough.
a family to supply.
He was driving a guitar.
His wife,
golf
huge
practice.
bitch. Like,
Huge bitch. Who cares if he even cheated on his?
Wow, he's famous. He's allowed to. He makes a lot of money. He's got more things to focus on.
Exactly.
Than a wife.
Yeah. Now this man went fucking 12 under at the U.S. Open.
People all the time talk about, Tiger Woods was only good in the 90s because he didn't have any like competition. If you look at the sheer stats of the man, he compared to today's golfers, miles above.
If we're being, he was. I think he played in the 90s, but he
Did
played.
He play in the 90s? I don't fucking watch
I don't
golf.
know either. But Tiger Woods' reputation should be clean as a whistle.
It should never have been tarnished. He's a rich man. Rich men don't have.
Yeah, rich men, they don't go to jail.
They don't go to jail.
They're not going to go to jail.
What am I going to do? Go to jail? Here, have $1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. How do you feel about the situation, Margaret?
I forgot why he got in trouble, if we're being honest.
Exactly.
He cheated on his wife, then he crashed his car.
I do remember the wife part, but I didn't remember if he overdosed or if it was.
No, he was just on sleep medicine and drove a little slow, and they were like, Tiger, you can't be doing that. He's like, I'm sorry, man.
If he was still on top of his game, no one would
that
care.
was honestly just a racist cop.
Yeah.
Like, he was inside the lines. The cop's like, black guy, gotta pull him over because I'm a racist cop.
The glove didn't even fit.
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
This is just a Chewbacca case right now. All right, Maggie, how do you feel about cheating on the wives?
Actually, there's this case study that I was going to ask about if you said there's dead air, but so I'll hold on.
There's dead air.
Okay. So there was this case study that we did the other day about this wife cheating on her husband. And so
that's
you're
unacceptable.
the counselor. Well,
no one is allowed to do that.
So the scene is, you're the counselor. You're supposed to always meet couples together because you don't want to be in this situation. Let me tell you. Sorry, I hit the mic.
Slept with the counselor.
So no, she came in because her husband was supposed to come in, but then he was caught up at work, and so then she just spilled all this on the on the therapist. And so basically, she had been cheating on her husband for 3 years. Was trying to figure out if she should leave him.
Probably.
She didn't think their relationship had anything left in it, all this stuff. And so then the next session, he comes with the wife. So the question of the case study is, do you direct her to start leading her to tell the husband and you act as the mediator, or do you hold on to her secret until
you snitch on that hoe?
But as the therapist.
Is the therapist a male or a female in this scenario?
I guess
Dude,
Me?
So, yes,
is the wife
if
hot?
you were
How hot's the wife?
That therapist would have some serious dramatic irony going on. Dude, that'd be so awesome to witness, knowing that the wife's been cheating on his husband for 3 years, and you have all the tools. You have no skin in the game. You can just sit there and watch this unfold.
Yeah. Do they have a code of ethics they have to follow?
Oh, there's so many ethics. Yes.
I wasn't sure.
Well,
are therapists doctors?
If you want to be a doctor, yeah, you go to school.
But you don't have to be a doctor to be a therapist.
You
have to have
when
what
we
certifications
go into clinics,
do you
we
need?
can still meet clients, yes, but we can't we can't open up our own practice
And
until
what do you need to get a license? Do you have to be a doctor?
You have to take a bunch of tests.
Okay.
But yes, doctors are who you want to see. I don't think you can practice in a private practice unless you're a doctor.
Okay.
Only if you're a student is when you can.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess if I were to follow the code of ethics, I probably would not tell. I might lead a question, be like, is there anything you want to tell him, maybe? Try to lead him into it. Because I'd feel for the guy.
I need a solo counseling session with your husband after this. Boy, run. That's all I'd say. That's how I talk. So I think it's about time for us to dive into this food review.
I've been waiting
if
on
you guys
this
are excited.
forever, dude.
So we have 3 Oreos here that we could review. Dark chocolate Oreos, or in my pocket, I have
Ooh.
3 peppers that we could also review
that's
instead.
what Rosie was sniffing in the air.
Let's
Yeah.
go, baby.
So we can choose. Do we want to review Oreos or peppers? We'll let the guests decide.
I can have all 3 Oreos.
All right. So me and Mitchell will do peppers. You do Oreos.
Cool.
Here you are, madam.
Do we have any water like on scene anywhere?
No. You have to do 1 bite. Ready? 1, 2, 3. 1 bite.
Wait, you eat the whole thing?
Yeah, everyone.
the whole
1
thing?
bite. 1 bite.
The whole thing.
Yeah, whole thing.
I
1
can't
bite.
put-
Oh no.
Chew and swallow. Oh Lord, this is gonna be bad. So the peppers we just ate are called. There is 2 peppers in the Oreos also. In all of the Oreos, I hollowed them out and put 2 peppers.
Oh no. don't spit it out. Get it
So-
on your lips.
The peppers are called Pinguita de Manos, which translates to little monkey penis from Mexican, or not Mexican, Jesus Christ, we're getting racist when I get spicy food. From Spanish, and they're from Costa Rica. My father smuggled them back, just 2 little peppers, and we planted seeds and I have like 9 plants growing right now. And Jesus,
Oh, that's
they're hot.
painful.
Yeah, it's like 100-something thousand Scoville. And
I can't just swallow it.
they're this tiny.
Spit it out.
You can spit on this plate. They're very hot.
They are very
Very
hot,
small.
folks. The right side of my tongue's kind of on fire right now.
My entire tongue
My
is.
esophagus is on fire.
Yeah, I've got GERD bad, man. This is gonna hurt.
But we're just going to talk through the pain because we're stronger than it.
Dude, you look terrifying
feel
right
Maybe
now.
my glasses fog up. Why did you
Yeah,
do
I'm
that?
crying a little bit because I knew you wouldn't choose the pepper. Me and Mitchell discussed it beforehand.
I didn't just I just got the text.
He said, hell yeah, let's do it.
I did say that.
Oh, I am like crying.
I honestly feel pretty good.
Do
you know,
you?
I'm killing it right now.
I chewed the entire thing though.
I mean, I ate the whole thing. You don't see it.
Did you swallow it?
Yeah.
Did you like chew or did you just swallow?
I chewed on the right side of my mouth. That's why it's only on one side of my
I
tongue.
chewed the entire thing. Oh, I'm getting like chills from this. Jesus. So
Shit,
this
you
is-
too. But you got a little bit of Oreo.
This is a very hot pepper.
Ooh, that's a hot
This is a hot pepper. So, I don't even know what to talk about. I'm freaking out right now.
Oh man. So what's been going on in your life recently, man?
Going on in my life, I just started a job as a cook
Yeah.
in
Where
the
at?
restaurant I used to work, Pizzeria Zuri. I was a dishwasher there. Oh, it's in my lungs. This is
Why'd you
miserable
swallow it
experience.
like that, dude?
I don't know. I just inhaled it. So I was doing dish there, and
Does
then
water
I did
make
salad.
it worse or better?
I think it
don't
makes it
fucking
better
know.
personally, but
Can we get some?
There's some behind that cushion, or actually some right here.
I'm gonna cut you off
Thank you.
completely. Whenever I worked at the marketing agency over the summer,
Uh-huh.
they constantly for some reason had hot sauce shit going down,
Yeah.
and I had a pepper that was 850,000 Scoville units. That was, and then I got it all over my lips. That was the problem.
Mm.
Like this is the tongue I can deal with. The lips is horrible.
Yeah.
Lips is pretty
I'm
bad.
glad you told me that because
Yeah.
I did get a little bit right there
Yeah.
and it hurts, but I'm glad not all of it.
But I used to work dish pit there, and then I did salads also. And then I stopped working. I worked at, that was last summer. And then this summer I did custodial work. And then I just went back there, and now I'm working kitchen. So I'm a cook now, and I'm still doing kind of training. And it's like goes from 9 a.m. till about 11. It's just all prep work and stuff like that. This is hot. It's just prep work, and then like from 11 to 1, it's just super fucking lunch rush, and it's crazy
Really?
hectic. And then from 1 to 4 is just nothing, and then dinner rush, and like it's pretty difficult, honestly, doing like kitchen stuff because there's like so many things you have to memorize, and there's so many moving parts.
That's
like,
the
a ton
thing I
of
hate
tidbits
about it.
at once.
I'm not good at the multitasking.
Like I'm excited to see what it'll be like when I like get the hang of it, but I am not confident back there right now.
Yeah, it's that's how it was at Chick-fil-A.
Really?
How'd it taste with the Oreo?
The problem is, it wasn't until I got into the middle because I chewed all of it. It's just stuck in my mouth with the Oreo crumbs.
Oh no.
How long did it take for it to get spicy?
It was like right when I was like, oh, why would they eat that? And then I was like, why am I feeling?
But yeah,
this
see, there's
Damn,
hollowed
dude.
out. That's what I went up to do upstairs. When I told you I had to get stuff ready
It's
for the
getting a little bit
podcast.
worse.
You said the Oreos were hidden. Yeah, it hurts.
It's getting worse, like in my stomach
Yeah.
now.
I feel like I have heartburn.
I definitely got that
I
GERD,
have
dude.
mouth burn.
I got that. That's gonna hurt just as
What
bad
is
going in.
GERD?
That's
gastrointestinal something.
Yeah, it's like
Reflex disorder?
Yeah, gastroreflux essentially. I don't have GERD, but it feels like I have GERD. I got gout, bro.
Dude, my face is like super tingly right now.
My tongue.
But like I was saying, these peppers are called pinguita de manos, and it translates to little monkey penis, which is kind of funny because they were tiny. For those who aren't watching on YouTube, they're about half an inch maybe. Probably 80,000 Scovilles in them. Very hot. And we have probably about 1,000 of them in a bag upstairs. And then I have like 9 huge plants growing outside.
You said your grandpa grew them?
My dad smuggled them in from Costa Rica. And then he had two little tiny peppers and grew a bunch of plants from them. So it's kind of cool.
Looks like you just got like told really bad news.
Ooh, that's no good.
Look into the
it's
camera.
starting to calm down in my mouth.
All right, Tony, your tongue's about to burn really bad. Ooh, I don't like that. Not
Tony,
only that one bit.
Got something bad to tell you. Those peppers you just ate.
What about them?
They're infested with Hep C.
All right, it's okay. It's okay. I already have Hep A.
So, Tony, what's one thing you love about Maggie?
One thing I love about Maggie is her hair. She's got gorgeous hair.
Even though you're in a relationship, that's still a creepy answer.
I just want to cut it all off. Make a wig out of it. No, but she has a great personality. She gets down on herself sometimes, but she always puts other people before herself.
I was going to say something similar to you.
That's not true. I do not put other people before me.
No, but you have a good person. You make the room happier. That's what I love most, I think.
Okay. No. What do you hate about Mitchell?
What do I hate about Mitchell?
What do you hate about me? There's always something. It's the big ass head.
Big ass head.
It's
Especially
double.
When you're a little closer to the camera like that, you look like a goddamn giant.
I don't know.
It gets bigger when you get closer.
The roof of my mouth is starting to burn.
I guess you're really good at conversation, and so I get a little stressed out that I can't keep up.
See,
I've never been told that before.
My entire cheeks are
amazing.
like tingling and shit right now. I'm like, I'm gonna make the facial expression that my natural face would go to if I just relax right now. Watch. Like I'm fighting to keep this face. This goes to that.
You're swelling up, dude. Dude, you look like a damn grape right now, bro.
I feel like a grape.
You look like
Are you gonna wipe under your nose?
You know that like raisin, that brand of raisins or something. There's like it looks like he has like a weird face. I have to pull it up.
The Planters peanut.
Maybe. Dude, it looks like you're having a stroke. If I'm being honest.
Or
you have like a huge fucking chaw in right there. I'm concerned a little bit.
This is my face closing in on itself.
Now, both of you, what's one thing you love about Dr. Love?
About Dr. Love? Mitchell, one thing I love about you is if you say you're going to be somewhere, you're going to be there. You're not going to flake on someone.
Is that true?
I agree with that. Yeah. I like that. Because any party or event that we're doing,
I'm there.
One, yeah.
Because I got nothing else going on. So.
Also, the thing I love about you is how well you keep your cool even when things are going bad. Like, we were playing disc golf the other day. Mitchell was, I think, 1 over, had a hole, and he ended up being, I think, 8 over after that one hole. Gave up.
Dude, when the going gets tough, I definitely get going.
You gave up straight away.
I'm gone. I think I just made that. Is the saying, is it like when the going gets tough, the tough get going? So I did not get going. I was the opposite of going. I stood still. I went the other way, you know?
That pepper burn lasted about 10. Like that. Oh, yeah. I've had miserable. It's only when I'm with you, honestly. Like when I'm with other people.
I think your worst one was in Folly, right? When they ran over your disc, that car.
No, maybe.
You just got really mad at
I did get really mad. They swerved into my disc.
Yeah, like on purpose.
And then I did have a pitched a fit when me and Gleb played an actual match where we were actually going serious about it, and whenever I try to do things when I actually keep score, I always fucking blow it. And so I was doing just god awful. I think the worst game I ever played at Wills Park, followed by the worst game I've ever played at Central, and I was just pissed. I was having a horrible time.
Dude, all I can see when you're talking is just the snot that's resting right on your
upper lip.
Whatever.
It's because this is a real raw podcast. I don't need to do.
I want to get a crash zoom on you. I want just a separate video of just your face during that 10-minute.
That 10-minute span, my face still wants to do this.
God, dude. Did you just like swoosh it around in your mouth or something?
Yeah, I got it all over
Really?
all 9,000 taste buds.
I put it in like I just put it in my mouth and I'd shoot it on this side and swallow it as fast as I could.
I do really like the rush you get after eating spicy peppers. It kind of gives me a little euphoric feeling.
It feels good right now.
Yeah, I feel good right now, like a nice
I feel
burn.
like my mouth feels like too much sour.
You had chocolate and like fake cracker. I don't even know what is this?
Cookie.
Cookie?
It's cookie. Or biscuits in Great Britain.
This is not a goddamn cookie.
See, I have a friend. His name's Matthew Rottenstein. He's he's very into fitness. Like he's one of those guys who's like always like oh, you should go running with me and stuff like that. But
no,
I'm not gonna go running with you, Rot. But dude has like 6-pack. It's like I'm honestly considered starting working out with him just because he has like washboard abs almost. He looks like a model. So shout out to you, Matt Rot. We just call him Rot. But he used to be big into cookies, and he would tell you this is a cookie.
But I mean, this is as much of a cookie as like a fucking
as a fucking motherfucking
like you know like those Krabby Patty like
motherfucking Krabby
gummies?
Patty ass fucking.
This is as much of a cookie as a Krabby Patty gummy is a burger.
Oh, I felt miserable. I just burped.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hold that down. See, this looks like flooring.
It
right
does
there.
kind of look like flooring. Like I would like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that like ceiling tile or something. This is drywall, if we're being honest.
Let's see how a cookie tastes.
Still got a hint of the spice on.
Yeah.
It's stale.
I feel like now
It's very stale. The cookies have been there for like 3 months, I think.
I'm never gonna be able
But
to eat Oreos now.
they were just a method to get Maggie to eat her spicy pepper that I knew she would.
It worked great.
Imagine if I put all
She's like a
three
dog
in my
that
mouth.
she's like a dog that you put your pill into the cheese.
You didn't have any like question while he was like, I have these peppers, and you're like, I'll just eat the Oreos. You're like, oh yeah, that's fine. Eat the Oreo.
Well,
you fell right into the trap.
But
like
he's
no,
it's not like this is your first pet. Like you casually. I feel like
I do.
I don't know. Like I feel like you guys. I just didn't see anything of. They're
she's
gonna
too
eat the
I will
trusting.
never trust Tony with anything ever.
Very good decision.
Yeah.
I find weakness and I exploit it.
Like I don't care how serious the implication of a situation is. Like Tony will make a dumb fucking joke that'll like probably end up killing me or something.
I guarantee I will.
Yeah. And that's just how it is.
And with that, I'd say it's about time to conclude this episode of the Zesty Podcast. Thank you for listening. We are back on Spotify. We were off briefly, but
they tried to get us off. They're not keeping us down.
They're not going to keep us down. Go into our Instagram bio, and it'll be an anchor.fm link /ZestyBoyz, I believe.
Give it a listen.
Give it a listen.
Give it a little listen.
I don't know if it's got on iTunes yet. iTunes
Give it a
takes
download.
A while, on Spotify.
Give it a
If you're
subscribe.
on YouTube, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe.
Don't just hit that like button. Smash
that
nuke that like button.
Motherfucking like button.
Hit this on your favorites. Share it with your friends. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to beat the absolute shit out of that like button.
Yeah.
I want you to treat that like button like it's the red-headed stepchild that it is. Curb stomp that like
button. So
all right.
Thank you very much for listening. We love all the support that you give us. Keep sending in questions. We'll keep answering them.
We will.
And
we'll give you a shout out.
From the Zesty family, I am Tony.
And I'm Mitchell Stonehands Gunn.
And that's Maggie McGinty. She just waved into the microphone. And we will see you on the next one.
We love you.